It took barely 48 hours for a new law all but banning abortions in Texas to go back into effect, a law giving private citizens a financial incentive to enforce it. A federal appeals court has agreed to freeze this lower court's decision pausing the Texas law. In his ruling Wednesday, the judge wrote, "This court will not sanction one more day of this offensive deprivation of such an important right." But the ink was barely dry on this order before the appeals court decided to reinstate the ban, at least for now. The state's Republican Attorney General called it great news, tweeting, "I will fight federal overreach at every turn."
Now, we're about to make it law.
The bill, signed by the governor in May, threatens abortion providers with lawsuits from private citizens who are entitled to $10,000 if successful. Abortion rights activists say most clinics have been complying.
They're having to travel out of state if they're past about 6 weeks. And it's really hard now to get an appointment out of state because Texas women have been flooding the system.
The appeals court had already once refused to strike down the ban, as did the U.S. Supreme Court last month, without ruling on its constitutionality. The Center for Reproductive Rights is calling on the High Court to step in and stop this madness, adding, "Patients are being thrown back into a state of chaos and fear, and this cruel law is falling hardest on those who already face discriminatory obstacles in health care." The Supreme Court is soon scheduled to hear another case from Mississippi, which is asking the justices to overturn the nearly 50-year-old precedent set by Roe v. Wade.
We don't know what's going to happen at the Supreme Court. We don't know what's going to happen at any of these courts, to be honest. We're still in a holding pattern.
They say no choice, we say no choice!
While the ruling by the appeals court is only temporary as the case moves through the courts, it is likely to eventually side with Texas. The state's largest anti-abortion group said in a statement, "We are confident Texas will continue to defeat these attacks on our life-saving efforts." Caryn Ceolin, City News.